Welcome to my channel for learning algorithmic problem solving. In this session 1, we are going to see problem solving methodology. For solving any problem computationally, we can use this problem solving methodology. It contains 7 steps: problem definition, analysis, designing the problem, coding the problem, testing and debugging, documentation and maintenance. Let us see one by one. Problem definition is the first step of problem solving methodology. It will give the detailed description about the problem. So based on this description only, we can analyze the problem and we can design the problem. In the problem analysis stage, we can ask questions about the problem. So if the problem is one of the common computing application, we can use known algorithms, and if there is no algorithm means we can devise our own. Then we have to consider the input of the algorithm. That is, we have to specify exactly the set of instances that the algorithm is going to handle. If you are failed to denote the instance means the algorithm may not work for all the types of instance. Then we have to consider what are the strategy we are going to apply for solving this problem, and we have to analyze what will be the output of the problem. After completing the problem analysis, we can enter into the problem design stage. It is a general approach for solving the given problem algorithmically. For this, we can use flowchart and pseudocode. Flowchart is the graphical representation of the algorithm, and pseudocode is the false code or imitation code which is used to represent the algorithm in a short manner. After completing problem analysis, we can enter into the coding stage. Here we can choose any one of the known programming language, and based on the syntax and semantics of the language, we can develop the code. So here this step is completely depends on the design process. If any flaws occur in the design process, we can't develop the correct code. Once the implementation is over, we have to test our code. Sometimes there may be errors occur. The syntactical errors occur due to the poor knowledge in the programming language, and the logical errors occurs due to the poor understanding of the problem description. Other than these two things, sometimes a runtime error may also occur. We have to solve it using suitable exception handling methodology. All this process is considered as debugging. So we have to correct the errors in our code. Then once the test is okay, we can tell our code is ready for use. The final step is we have to perform documentation, that is for the future use, so that we can modify our code in future, and we have to maintain the code periodically. Let's see the summary of the problem solving methodology. Here each and every steps are depending upon the previous one. The first thing, the problem definition and analysis is important, and once you have analyzed the problem in a correct manner, you can design it properly. Then for designing, we can use any one of the notation, either the flowchart or pseudocode you can use to represent the algorithm. And once the algorithm design process is over, we can enter into the coding stage. So the coding is completely depends on the design, and after completing the coding, you have to test your code and you have to debug if there is any errors, and finally you can document the code and maintain the code. So the solution is completely depends on all the 7 steps. Let's enter into algorithmic problem solving. For finding the solution of the problem, so the actual derivation starts with a plan. So that plan is called as algorithm. So here the algorithm development is the key step in algorithmic problem solving. So we have to give more care in this development. Once the algorithm is developed successfully, we can easily translate it into any computer program using any one of the programming language. Likewise, problem solving methodology. The algorithmic problem solving also involves some steps. Let us see one by one. The first one is obtain the description of the problem. The second one, we have to analyze the problem. Then third one, we have to develop a high level algorithm. The fourth one, we have to refine the algorithm. That is, if you want to give more additional detail into the problem, we have to use this step. Then finally, we have to review our algorithm. Let us take bank automation software as an example for explaining this algorithmic problem solving step. The first one is obtain a description of the problem. That is, you are going to develop an automation software for a bank. So you have to give a detailed description about the process, actual process going on the bank. Then in this analysis stage, you have to analyze what are the data available and what are the input you need to complete each and every module, and what will be the output of each and every module, and what are the strategies we can follow to find the final software. So those things you have to analyze in this step 2. Then in the step 3, we have to develop a high level algorithm. That is, we have to take the major part of the solution, and for that you have to develop the algorithm. After developing high level algorithm, we have to go for refining that algorithm. That is, we have to add some more details into the algorithm. That is, initially you are generating the algorithm for the main module or the major module. Then you have to refine the module again and again, and you have to get some more information, and based on that information you have to refine your algorithm. After refining that algorithm, finally we have to review our algorithm. That is, this algorithm is work for some specific output, or it will be helpful for general instance, and whether this algorithm can be simplified more, or whether we have to include some more steps. So those things has to be reviewed in the final stage. So after completing the review, we can have our good algorithm. Both in problem solving methodology and algorithmic problem solving, the problem design step is the key step. So we have to give more concentration on this. If you are developing the algorithm in a clear manner, we can easily develop our code. So for developing that algorithm, we can use the notation, flowchart and pseudocode. In the upcoming videos, we can see this algorithm, flowchart and pseudocode in detail. I hope this session was useful to you. Thanks for watching.